This video is about how to get the old camera system out and preserve it to be shipped back or recycled or whatever we're going to do. So the first step is you got to get the old system out. And most installations on these vehicles are all done under the driver's side. This is a 579, and almost every one of them that I've seen, the mechanics have installed them underneath this driver's side because it's convenient. It's where everybody normally does it. So let's get started. First things first, almost everybody does this. They're going to install it behind this fuse panel box, and it's all going to be up in this area. Usually the gateway is going to be dangling around somewhere in here, and so you want to start getting your wires pulled out. Don't pull too hard, just get your stuff out where you can see it. Find your gateway. Sure enough, it's just kind of dangling back here. You got to maneuver it around and get it out. One thing to note about gateways, these must be secured. The problem with not securing them is they will set off alerts on the drivers, false alerts, because it's bouncing around. This thing detects harsh braking events, harsh turning events, and things like that. If this is not secured and normal driving causes it to bounce back and forth violently, it will cause those false alerts and actually hurt the driver's scoring. So make sure that when you put these in, they do get secured. Don't just leave them hanging someplace. All right, so we're gonna pull our cables out. And this is a simple, easy process. So on these connectors, this is the main connector to the actual bus on the vehicle. So this is the one we wanna make sure we disconnect so we get the entire cable system. So we push that detent in, little button there, and it pops right out. From here, my next step is just to remove any and all cabling that has anything to do with the gateway and the camera. When you're pulling these out, at the end of one of these cables is going to be a terminator. So this termination plug must be pulled out and then put back into the plug that you emptied. This helps keep the vehicle bus secured and doesn't allow stray signals. So we're going to pull this cap off, right, this terminator, and we're going to snap it back in place. Once that's in place, you can tuck that behind the dash and the vehicle is back to the way it should be. With these Netrodyne systems, you're gonna find that you're gonna have one of these pieces right here, and it has to do with the voltage. The disconnect is right there. That leaves this cable that is run up through the dash to the camera. At this point, we're gonna disconnect our gateway. Now, the one thing we want to check is what type of gateway it is. This is a VG54, which is a newer style gateway. A 54 or a 55 is okay. We're going to reuse this gateway, and that also means that this cable can be reused as well. So we won't need to have a new cable installed. This already fits this one. What we're going to do is we're going to separate the Netrodyne cable connector from the Samsara connector. Same process, push the pin in and disconnect. The Netrodyne piece can go in a box to be sent back to be recycled. We will reuse the gateway and the Samsara gateway connector. Next step is going to be getting the camera and the GPS mount out of this. It's pretty standard on all models, so you're just going to have to fish the cables back out, pull them down off of the headliner, and then carefully remove the camera off the windshield. It is highly suggested that you remove the camera first and then take the mount off. You do not need to put the mount back on the camera. Just put the camera in a box with the spare cables, and those can be sent in for recycling. The mount can be tossed in the trash once you're done with it. Usually it's right behind here. Depending on how they did it. And then your GPS mount. Yeah, now the camera, once you've got your cables loose, take your camera off of the mount and then remove the mount from the windshield. All right, so I've got the old camera out, bundled it up. The bracket is not on it. Just bundle it up nice and round and then let's zip tie them down. This keeps them tidy in the box whenever we're sending them out for recycling. You don't have to take anything else apart. Just drop them in a box, and when the box is full, we'll seal that box up and get it to Rosemont for the recycling team. Other than that, that's it. All right. So most anyone that's probably watching this video has taken a mount off of a windshield before, an old mount. You definitely want to make sure you're using proper tools. Don't just try and jam a screwdriver or something in there. You may break the windshield or whatever. So flat scraper, razor blade, these are mechanics preferred tools to take them off. Plus you want to be able to scrape off any additional glue or residue. So I usually just get the flat edge behind there. Sometimes it breaks free real easy. And then other times it sticks a little bit more, but for the most part, it should come right off just like that, super easy. Now this is trash. Don't bother putting it in a box to save it. Just toss it in the nearest bin for refuse, and you're good. Anything left on the windshield, you're gonna wanna get this scraped first, and then before we mount the new camera, we're gonna clean it really good with some alcohol and then make sure it's plenty dry.